Hi there. I've been watching what people look at, and one of the things that I finally figured out about the people that are doing on YouTube, or you go to see a spiritual person, is that a lot of people don't know how to tell somebody that really knows the truth about reality, and others that just pretend. And from a certain standpoint, it's very difficult to tell. Let me give you some information about the state of self-realization. Self-realization is a state of mind. In other words, if you're looking at the environment around you and you compare that to a person that has a state of self-realization, whatever that is, there's two entirely different perspectives. And they give a lot of, in the yoga literature, they give a lot of preponderance to talking about the state of perception. A negative statement that people say is, well, if you're walking along the road and all of a sudden you see a snake, and if you look at your feelings at that moment, oh, well, I better not step on it, or, you know, it'll bite me, and all these other things, that's your state of perception about what really is a piece of rope. Is the piece of rope going to bite you? No. Is it even going to move on its own volition? No. Okay, there's several levels to this story. One is that you misinterpret and you have real feelings coming from your perception, and you have a different reaction or a set of actions that you do when you mistake the rope for a snake. You might even go get a board and beat on it so you can kill it. How they make this analogy work is they say, well, the man of realization sees the snake as a snake. He is not deceived by the false appearance of the snake. In a way, this person is a man of science, because he's saying, well, perhaps it is a snake, or maybe it isn't. Maybe he sees that the first way. But upon further investigation or further inquiry, he realizes that it's not true. So it's to get back to the theme here, self-realization is a state of mind. And I know a lot of people say, oh, this person has great powers, like Satya Sai Baba is able to manifest vibhuti and give it to people and stuff like that. That's not the mark of a realized man. Anybody can go out and acquire powers, or cities as they are called, that may not be realized. I've had a chance to look at a number of saints and sages over the years, and what really made the difference is their state of mind. And I'll just give you a short story about one person, or two stories. I met Yogi Bhajan many years ago. I went and had lunch at his house, and I was very impressed by his house, because he served food on gold plates. And you know, he had a beautiful house and all this stuff here. The thing that stood out from that whole thing was that he was worried and we talked about this at lunch, or he talked to the other person and I listened, so I was able to be an observer, that his talk was how the Christians were, the Christian right, this is back in the 80s, was doing things to try and oppose religion like 3HO. Fast forward to the last year of his life when I saw him again. And there was an entirely different feel from him. And he was talking about being in the state. And see, that's the key. When people talk about where they are, what they're feeling, and how they're responding to their environment, are they happy at their base? And he was. There was a glow about him. And you could feel it just by being in his presence. Much more so than before. So there was somebody who had achieved something dramatic in his life in the space of a little over 20 years. And that's the key. When you look at people and you go and hear them, are they talking about an inner experience? Or are they talking about this and that, which are sort of facts? What you want to know from this person is, what is their state of mind? There's a good description of the person who is realized, the Jiva Mukta. And the Jiva Mukta, or the person liberated while living, it's said that they live in sattva. A person who is unrealized lives in their mind. The difference is that the mind is still there, but the person who's self-realized has his mind full of sattva, thinking about how to manifest that state even more. So the negative states of tamas and rajas are not even a thread. They have to be there because of the three gunas and the fact that they're in nature. And so in order to manifest in this universe, you have to have the three states: sattva, rajas, guna. Sattva, rajas, tamas. This is we're talking about mudras. The fingers have those associations. Sort of a side note, then this is sattva, this is rajas, this is tamas. Here's the ego, and here is God. So this is what makes man, man. We have the opposable thumb. So that the statement that this is God comes from the awareness that God makes everything. Anyway, to get back, sattva is the state of goodness. So the man that's self-realized is only thinking about good. And I realized, for myself, I have to say, when I went back and looked at my videos or thought about them, they didn't really have this statement. So I thought it was important to do this because this is a clue for you to investigate other people and look for that state in them, having them talk about it, to show that it's there and ask them questions about that state. That's how you know. Thank you.